Grace upon grace. There is a place I am drawn to 4 times a week, a place where I learn, love, and grow. This place is known as Grace Tabernacle Baptist Fellowship. Transferring from a church named after its neighborhood, Cloverleaf, I originally thought Grace was the strangest name for a church. However, after immersing myself in this loving community of believers, I can't imagine a better name. Grace. The word I once knew as unmerited favor was revitalized when I realized its truest definition was ill-deserved favor. God has flooded my life with grace in ways too unimaginable to accurately describe with words. This grace grabs hold of me and gives me no option but to joyfully bow to the Creator of the universe and live my life for Him. In our culture, people tend to view themselves as morally good. But ponder for only a moment and realize this is an absurd notion. Children, without being taught, are selfish. They cry out, demanding to have their way. Their sounds only dissipate when their needs are met or when pain strips them of the ability to continue screaming. Then children evolve into teenagers. They gossip, slander, and disrespect their parents. These teenagers blossom into adults, the leaders and role models of our society. One only needs to look around to comprehend their wrongdoings. Strip clubs, cigarette addictions, drunken fights, and cheating on taxes show their desire to live for themselves despite the destructive side effects. Even subtle motions, such as living a comfortable life, can spring from evil because people spend every ounce on their own fulfillment while neglecting the needs of others. They drink themselves dry and refuse to give back to the life-giving Lord who provides them with all things. Humankind is a depraved race. I realize these are harsh, cutting words, but I say them because I have experienced them in my life. I have become aware of my own depravity. My pride has driven me to treat those I claim to love as though they are no better than the abandoned trash on the side of the road. My greed has caused me to let those around me suffer while I enjoy all of life's blessings. My anger has yielded cruel words that cut deeper than deadly stabs. There should be no hope for me. There would be no hope for me if it were not for grace coming down and scooping me up by His wings. As wretched people, it would only be reasonable for us to deserve punishment. Yet we are blessed with so much. The only possible explanation of this phenomenon is grace. It's all around us. I breathe and my lungs are not filled with poison. I stand in the sunlight, enjoying its warmth, instead of experiencing its fiery wrath or its freezing neglect. I experience the death of fellow humans, but joy and hope come when a baby is born and the cycle of life continues. These are general forms of grace that everyone experiences, but there have been many instances in my life when grace has intimately picked me up and tossed me in its winds. One time in particular, I was displaying my ingratitude for life and complete distrust in God. My mind was consumed with thoughts of depression. Feeling no end to my hopelessness, I swallowed 15 pills as a cry for help, fully aware they could end my life. I deserved to die. Putting myself in that situation showed that I had no right to life. After all, isn't that what I was speaking through my actions? Fortunately, by the grace of God, I didn't receive the death I deserved. Instead, God saved me from myself. I walked out with not only life, but a newfound sense of joy, all because of grace. This situation is merely a poor analogy to the most beautiful imaginable outpouring of grace. My entire life I have been committing horrible acts, spitting in the face of the God of the universe. I have lived to serve myself and satisfy my own pleasure, with no way out of this cycle. The truth is, despite my ignorance of this fact, I loved serving myself. God should have punished me for this detestable behavior, but He chose not to. Instead, He did the exact opposite. God, through the perfect sacrifice of Jesus Christ, forgave me of my horrible deeds and opened my eyes to His glory. He gave me the capacity to live for something bigger than myself, to live for Him. That is grace. Favor on an ill-deserved person like me. Grace has radically transformed my life. I am serving people in ways I never imagined immersing myself in a book full of mysteries and wonders, and learning to forgive myself because Christ forgave me. Why is my life so different, you ask? It's all because of grace.